Well, the new Batman movie premieres in London tonight after smashing box office records in America. The Dark Knight took an estimated $155 million in its opening weekend, beating the previous record set last year by Spider-Man 3. Well, let's cross live to Leicester Square and Sky's showbiz correspondent Steve Hargrave, who's standing by. Obviously, the death of Heath Ledger casts a shadow over this, but it looks like something of a celebration of Batman movies behind you right now.
Yeah, I think so. You ever feel slightly underdressed? I mean, these guys behind have made an effort. I'll step out of the way, you can appreciate. Hello, guys. All right, nice outfits, well done. Tried hard, they're very good. They're not the real ones, obviously. The real stars will be along later on. Christian Bale, obviously, will be here as well. We've Aaron Eckhart, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Sir Michael Caine will be here, of course, plays Alfred, and the director, Christopher Nolan, who's British, so we should celebrate that as well. Like you say, though, there is that kind of awkwardness in this movie. We're talking about a movie which is exciting, it's been well received, great box office opening in America. On the other hand, of course, the sadness about Heath Ledger not being here to help promote it. Now, today I managed to get down to the hotel where all the stars were answering lots of questions from people like me. And I caught up with Christian Bale to put that to him. How do you promote this movie when on one hand you're happy and on the other hand you're sad?
He has created a movie that is entertaining, is spectacular, but at the same time is a wonderful movie. You know, it's thought-provoking, has a fantastic cast, and is not really limited to being what everyone calls a comic book movie. It's a movie that stands up to every kind of genre that's out there. And of course, you got the incredible portrayal that Heath gave as the Joker.
Yeah, and everybody's saying, or the critics are saying, Steve, that this is The Dark Knight is in fact a very dark movie.
Yeah, dark by name, very dark by nature. I mean, it's 2.5 hours long. It's quite hard to sit through, really. It's not one of your comedy superhero movies by any means. But having said that, it's not a movie that you walk away from feeling terribly depressed. It's a very impressive visually. It's very impressive on the narrative front. And like we say, for a movie to walk away with massive, massive praise from the critics, there have only been a handful who have really singled this out as being a total disaster or maybe a bit too indulgent of the few criticisms that have come their way. But I think it's fair to say majoritively everyone likes it. And hey, they voted with their money in America by going to see it. I think it took $155 million opening weekend, which isn't too bad. I think that's about £78 million. It cost £90 million to make. So I think they'll be quite happy, the people who put the money up for this, and the fact that it's going to make its money back in the first week.
Absolutely. Lots more from you from Leicester Square, Steve, and we see the stars arriving a little bit later on. Should be a good night down in Leicester Square. That coming up later. Also coming up at about 7 o'clock, we're expecting a statement from Jerry and Kate McCann. They have now been formally cleared. We'll get the latest